Hey, welcome to the video. Today we're talking about achieving the perfect brows. So as you can tell, probably, I don't have the fullest or the darkest eyebrows. So personally, doing my eyebrows is one of my least favorite things when I'm doing my makeup. It's just achieving the right shade, consistency, shape that I want. It varies day by day. But today I'm going to be trying out something that is supposed to make this process so much more seamless, so much quicker, so much easier to achieve the look that you are going for. So if you are on the internet, you've probably seen eyebrow stencils with like a pomade or a powder or something. I know that there was a certain brand that went viral on TikTok. It was sold out. I wanted to try it, but it was just like so hard to achieve. But I was actually sent one from a brand to try out, and so that is what I'm going to be doing today. This video is not sponsored. They didn't tell me what I have to say, so I'm still going to be giving my honest opinion. But I'm going to be trying it out on camera and letting you know what the process is like, how it lasts throughout the day. Would I recommend it? If you can hear my dog's squeaky toy, I do apologize. So the product that I'm going to be testing out today is from the brand iMethod Beauty. And you can get this from their website or just via Amazon. But this is their Perfect Eyebrows in Seconds Eyebrow Stencil. So in their little eyebrow brow set, you get a variety of different stencils for the shape that you are going for, the pomade that you put on your brows, the sponge brush applicator, and then the dual-ended spoolie and angled brow brush. It also came with some stickers. Oh, I didn't see. It actually comes with tweezers as well. So it does come with instructions and like some tips, customer service, stuff like that. It does say that it is 100% satisfaction guaranteed, so if like this doesn't work out for you, they can send a replacement or a refund. So that's cool. So it comes with a slew of eyebrow stencils, so you can really get quite a variety if you want to change it up or closest to what you want, I guess. And they're numbered, so you would know. They do tell you to determine your ideal brow shape, but I'm just kind of gonna choose one based off of my natural eyebrow and then add some area so it's like thicker and longer than what is currently there. Okay, so you receive 10 stencils, but there are 5 options. And it gives you options for, you know, like you have a 5 over here, a 5 over here. I think I'm going to test out number 4. I don't know if you can tell. It also has like a line if you want to do a shorter or a longer tail or eyebrow. So it's supposed to be fairly easy. You just take the stencil, dip the sponge brush into the pomade, tap the sponge in the lid to remove any excess. So you start with the end of the brows and you use a tapping motion to apply. So it's hard to do this like on camera, but also I have like a mirror holding. Okay, so I did mess it up a little bit. I let the stencil fall too low. I'm gonna try to rub that off. So yeah, definitely make sure you have the stencil secure. Okay, so we have one. Try to align it up better this time. I imagine this is gonna be a lot easier if I'm just doing it in front of a mirror versus in front of a camera and holding a mirror. Okay, so I completed that one, but this one's definitely a lot darker, so I'm gonna go back in. Okay, I think those are closer. So one thing I will say right off the bat, it is a little bit difficult to get the sponge hitting your eyebrow through the stencil. You have to kind of like squeeze it through the stencil a little bit. Like you can get a darker look like I have here, or you can go lighter. So you don't have to do as structured of a brow or as dark. I think also the next time I try it, I might do less of an arch. I did kind of a higher arch. I think the higher the number, the higher the arch. Along with like squeezing the sponge through here, I felt like I couldn't get to the smallest part of the tail because it seems shorter on my brow than it actually is in the stencil. So they do give you this brush with the spoolie, with the angled brush. I'm gonna brush them up. It seems like the pomade is at least keeping them in place pretty well. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my brush and lengthen that. I will also say that they say to tap off the excess from the sponge before applying it, but I actually like it better without tapping it off. I felt like I had to stamp a lot more. I'm gonna add just a little bit more towards this side because I feel like I didn't line them up to match very well. Okay, I like the angled brush, it's nice and stiff. So the stencils are obviously reusable. You just have to wipe them off, rinse them off, whatever, to get the brow product off. So I mean, you can see for yourself, but honestly, I think they look really good, and that's like pretty close to like what I typically try to achieve with a pencil. They look nice and full, nice and defined. So since this was my first time, there was like a tiny bit of a learning curve, but honestly, that was pretty easy. I mean, it was a lot harder to do juggling camera and mirror, so I imagine if I'm just like sitting in front of the mirror, it'll be a lot easier to do when I don't have my attention split and I'm not trying to like get in the mirror but also be on show it on camera. I feel like I spend a lot of time using my brow pencil trying to achieve the correct look. So this might be easier, honestly. My battery is dying, but I'm really happy with it so far. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. I think a lot of the brow stencil things are similar, but this I found pretty quick, and like, I'm sure after I do it a couple of times, I'll get it down to a science, but I could definitely see myself using this. I will check in later in the day to show you like how it's held up, how it's looking, if the brow hairs are still in place. So far, I'm happy.
This was at the end of the night when it had been on for 10 hours, and I think it looked really good by the end of the night. Brow hairs are still in place, and they look pretty defined.
So it is a new day. I did try out the brows again today, and I will put that video somewhere in here. I will say, again, there is a little bit of a learning curve. I was able to do the second eyebrow just fine, but the first one, I didn't have it positioned quite right. So this end was kind of like coming down too far. I did try to fix it up a little bit, but I didn't have a ton at the top, but I had like too much down here. You should be able to tell in the video I took of me applying it. So I wasn't able to get it perfect the first time or the second time, but I also struggle with symmetry. So if you don't, this may just be fine. You just gotta make sure to really hold the stencil in place and have it be exactly where you want the brow to be. I suggest lining up the lower part with like wherever your hairs start down here and having more powder pomade be up here than down here, because when it's down here, it makes my eyebrows lower and it just makes the space look smaller. But I am actually really impressed with this. It is currently on their site for $20, and they have a few variety of colors, different browns, red, black, ash brown, taupe. So you can get one that does suit your hair color better. Honestly, I think that the color that they gave me was actually like pretty spot on with my natural hair color. Typically when I'm choosing an eyebrow pencil, I go for something a tad bit warmer, but as I'm like seeing this and looking in the mirror, I think cooler actually suits my hair better. I'm very, very happy with it. Today I tried out the 3, and I did have to do some extension on the tail, not as much as the other day. Using the sponge, I just tried to really squeeze it in towards the tail to get more of that. This took, I feel like I probably do spend more time trying to perfect the shape with an eyebrow pencil, because I just can never seem to get the same shape every single day, and like I can know what I want and aim for it. Like once the pencil starts hitting my eyebrow, it's anyone's guess what's gonna happen. Since it's a pot of pomade, this also seems like it's gonna last a long time. So if you do get it for the sale price of $20, there are some eyebrow pencils that are $20, and I imagine this is gonna last me longer than an eyebrow pencil because I go through them kind of quickly. You know, it held my hairs up in place. It looked good at the end of the day. It was simple to wash off with cleanser. So overall, I'm very happy with this. I'm excited to keep using it because it will make the brow process a little bit less stressful. And I can just like, you know, pat it on instead of like drawing the lower line, then trying to draw the upper line, and like trying to get them to match. Like at least with the stencil, I know they're the same shape. I could, you know, maybe have them a little bit off where I position them, but at least it's the same shape, and it's just a better guide to get them more alike. Something a lot of beauty influencers used to say is my eyebrows are sisters, not twins. They've always been sisters. Sometimes cousins, sometimes sisters, never twins, and I'm fine with that. So thank you again to iMethod Beauty for sending me this. I said this earlier in the video, but this video was not sponsored. These were my honest opinions. They just gave me the opportunity to try theirs, and I was pleasantly surprised. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. You should like this video too, and subscribe. Thanks.